Okay. Oops. Let me put this on speaker. There we go. Been a while since I've done this. 6 weeks, actually. So if you check in a little early, as Todd and some of the people, this is just a basic warm-up. My teacher, Tricia Yu, calls this the Tai Chi twist. So I hope you have something comfortable to stand on. And you will also need something to sit on, because the end of every session, we merge the practice into sitting. So you'll want to have a stool or a cushion or something, somewhere you can sit. Okay, so let's slowly reduce the movements. We tend in these practices to not sort of stop and then start something else, but rather to sort of smoothly segue from one thing into the other. And we'll just drop into standing. So standing is a meditation position. And you want to just scan the body with your attention, just starting with the bottoms of the feet. And place your feet in a way where the entire foot is in contact with the floor. Of course, the arch won't be, but I just mean the weight's evenly distributed. You're not leaning forward or backward. And then have your legs separated so that you feel stable as you're standing. It's okay to have your feet splayed out a little bit if you want, or straight, either way. So we can drop our attention, feel our feet, bottoms of our feet. And moving up, so we can feel our knees. Our knees are going to be what they call soft. It just means not tight. And then the hips are just slightly flexed. So it's as if you're just maybe beginning to think about sitting down on a high stool. So there's just this little bit of flexibility in the hips. So they're not pushed out. They're tucked just a tiny bit. And the belly is very soft. So, and then moving up, so then the shoulders, you can check your shoulders. So just lift them way, way, way up and make them really tight and uncomfortable. Hold that for a couple seconds and then drop them down. And just notice that stress just dissipating. So the shoulders are down, the arms are heavy, but there's awareness in them, particularly in the hands. So when we're standing, we can do standing mountain, where the arms are a little bit stiff, the hand is a little bit stiff, stretched a little bit, and we're pointing down. And just because of how we're constructed, if we point, our attention goes in that direction. So if we're pointing down, we're dropping our attention down, sort of down through the arms, out the fingers. So that's standing mountain. Now the soft version of that is the palms are just facing each other. And there's a little bit of bend now at the elbow, just a little bit. That's standing position 1. So you can do either one. If you want to really kind of uh, let go of all the activity of the day, and you just want to really focus on grounding, then you do standing mountain, and that'll concentrate the awareness in a down direction. Or if you're pretty relaxed, or when you're pretty relaxed, then you can just go into this first position, uh, standing 1. So either one is fine. Um, and then uh, we tend to have the chin lifted up. So you just want to drop the chin, sort of tuck it just a little bit on purpose. So we intend to do that. And what that does, it opens up the back. You can feel it opens up the back of your neck when you tuck the chin a little. And what that does, it kind of elongates the spine just a little bit. And it aligns the crown point at the top of the head. It aligns it straight down the whole body. And when the chin is up, the head's kind of back, and we're not in alignment then. So we tuck the chin just a little bit. And when you've done this for a little while, you can feel energetically, you can feel when the body sort of drops into this posture. It just becomes easy, becomes natural. And then you'll take a deep breath when that happens. And this postural alignment, this vertical alignment, whether it's standing or sitting, really enables the openness of the breath and the flow of energy between what the ancients would call the heavens and the earth, the sky and the land, the boundless and the bounded, the emptiness and form. So the body becomes sort of a bridge between form and boundlessness. And that's all included in this stance. But just standing in this position, when you feel it, there'll be a release, there'll be a little bit of a deeper breath. And that happens every time. If you kind of lose the alignment a little bit, and then you kind of tuck that chin a little bit, then you get that in breath again. And that's a sure sign that you've found that sweet spot. And when we're standing at the beginning of Qigong, we're focusing on the out breath primarily. Because the out breath drops us down. You can feel this too. The in breath lifts you up, and the out breath drops you down. Now, just like pointing orients our consciousness, looking does too. So if our eyes are looking down, then our consciousness is going to be focused down in the body and down into the heaviness of the earth. If our eyes are looking up, that focuses up into spaciousness. So just by moving our eyes, we can change the intention or the orientation, and that immediately affects the body. So the in-breath is kind of looking up. So if you have your eyes closed or partly closed, The in-breath, if you look up, then you rise with the in-breath. The out-breath, if you look down, you drop down with the out-breath. And you can feel that affects, you can feel it in the whole body, whether you're looking down or looking up. So the eyes and the hands express our intention. Okay, very good. Now, in order to orient ourselves in space, we're going to bow to the 7 directions, those being north, south, east, west, above, below, and within. That's 7. So if you want to face east, if you know which way that is. If you don't, that doesn't, it's okay. So face the east, and then we're just going to either place our hands together or just almost together. And we'll just bow to the east. One breath. We're going to shift and turn to the south, turning to the right. Bow to the south. Turning to the right again. And we'll bow to the west. And then turning to the right again, and we'll bow to the north. Okay, and then turn and face your screen. Now, one of the tenets of Qigong is that opposites co-arise, same with the Dharma. So now we're going to go up. So before we go up, we go down. So bending the knees, gathering the energy, and then straightening up, hands, eyes go up. So stretch, extend. Okay, use the mind to extend your sense of touch beyond the fingertips, way, 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 way up. Okay, good. So up, and now we'll circle the hands around. Okay, so we went up. Now we're gonna go down. We're gonna bend the knees and the waist. Don't stress the back, and just touch the floor. Okay, and then coming back up, and then let the hands continue. We'll place one hand on or in front of the middle of the chest, the other one on or in front of the abdomen below the navel. So this is within the 7th direction. So it gathers all those other 6 directions and now orients all that internally into the body. And just sort of feel the palms of your hands. And there may be a resonance with the heart area and the belly. Okay, and then so then at your next out breath, so then we're going to let these down. Deep breath, and then just come back into standing 1 position. So the palms are facing each other. It's as if we're holding this big kind of oval. And then let's just quickly, so just scan from top down. I see that your chin is tucked a little bit. And feel the arms, the hands. Feel the belly soft. Okay, and see if your legs have tightened up a little. Let those go. Knees, and then back down and feel the bottoms of the feet. Okay, very good. All right. Okay. Um, let's go ahead now and starting at the top, and many of you know these. So we'll start with 3 backwashes and 3 tree and springs for each one. So for those of you for whom this is new, so bring the attention to the crown of the head. So we're going to drop the chin completely and let the head be heavy and sort of just pull the body down with gravity. And we're going to put our attention on the spine starting at the top. And then feel the spine open as we go down. And go all the way down. Check that your weight is even on the feet. And then just be comfortable bending and hanging like this for a few breaths. And enjoying the openness of the spine. Okay? All right. Now we're going to reverse all of this. We'll start coming up. So now the mind starts at the very bottom of the spine, our attention. We move it up little by little. Okay, now just before the chin comes up, we're going to start the hands, moving the hands. So the hands are pointing to the center line of the body, continuing this upward movement, pointing. Okay, now the eyes follow the hands. Hands go way, way, way up. And then palms forward, and then backs of the hands facing each other. And then at the next out breath, we're going to come down. Okay, point to the earth. Next in breath, this is tree and spring. So this is the sap rising up the tree in the spring. Okay, very good. The very top, that extend even beyond the fingertips, way up, then out in all directions. Sink. Okay, and one more. In breath. Breathe normally. Okay, out breath as you come down. Breathe normally. Okay, very good. Okay, and now backwash again. Okay, let's come up all together. The fingertips are pointing to the body. Look up when you get up there. Extend. Extend the senses way, way, way up. One. Two. 3. Okay, last set. All right, next one. In breath, out breath. It's just what we do all the time. Just breathe in, breathe out. And now with the hands, we're expressing this in and out, this breath. We're expressing it with the whole body. It's called whole body breathing. Now our attention is following the fingertips. So the fingertips are pointing to the lungs, and then as we open, they're pointing out. Now we're going to extend our attention beyond the fingertips into the body, into the lungs. And then on the out, we're extending our attention out beyond the fingertips, out into the whole world. Okay? So this is form and boundlessness. Form and boundlessness. With the in-breath, we take form, we're born. With the out-breath, we die. We leave form into boundlessness. And we do this 12 to 15 times a minute. Now, it doesn't really matter if you breathe in or breathe out. It's the same in this movement. If we breathe out, when we're open, we're expressing outward. If we breathe in, we're bringing the outside in. So either way is fine. So you can really feel your hands, can't you? So that's easy to feel. And now extend the feeling beyond the hands. Feel out into the space around the body and feel in to the space in the body. So we're going beyond the hands. Let's just do a couple more. All right, very good. Now let's loosening up the pelvis or the hip joint, placing one in front and one in back, and just rock the hip joint. So you're rocking it on the tops of the femurs and giving a little bit of flexibility to the lower back. We want this joint to be very flexible. This joins the legs to the upper body. So we want this very flexible. Okay. And now let's make little circles. Make little circles with the hips. Just to keep the lower back limber and flexible. If there's a little tiny bit of soreness, that's okay. If there's pain, don't do this. And then we want to do it both directions. You may feel release when you do this, and you'll take a deeper breath when that happens. Anytime that you notice yourself taking a deeper breath, it usually is that there's been a letting go, a release of something. Okay, good. And now, living in Wisconsin with all this ice, we want to have balance. So go back into our standing position. And here we're evenly weighted left and right. And let's shift all our weight onto the left and lift the right heel. Okay, just so the toe is down there. And we want this center alignment to go right down over the weighted foot. And when you feel steady, you can bend your knee a little, lower your center of gravity a little if you want to. When you feel steady, then you can lift that right foot. Okay, and then put it down. Come back to center. Now feel that weight shifting over to the right. Find that, drop the chin, find that line. When you got it, then lift the left heel. And when you're ready, lift the left foot. Okay. And then repeat. The key is not to lift the unweighted foot till you feel perfectly secure on the weighted one. And then, we can go into all kinds of fancy things, which is fine. But the main thing is to be balanced when we're on one foot. Balance can actually improve with age, with practice. When we get older, we tend to get weaker, but we don't necessarily have to lose our balance. In fact, it doesn't take much to maintain it. And if you want to try this as a practice, you can try standing on one foot for, say, 3 breaths. And then the other one. If you're a little tippy, you can bend the knee a little bit. And then you can increase the number of breaths you take. Now this is a meditation. This is a standing meditation posture. And if you're plagued by busy mind, it won't be very busy when you're standing on one foot. You'll find that it quiets down real fast. And the longer you stand, the quieter it gets. So we can do sitting meditation and struggle with this busy mind, maybe. Or we can do standing meditation, something that is a little more difficult. And amazingly, the mind quiets down. Okay? So if you're a meditator, maybe before you sit, do some standing practice. Stand on one foot, even if you just lift the toe. Do something with your hands. Bring the attention into this physical body, and there will be less of it available for the running mind. It's amazing. And then you'll find that your sitting practice will go much more smoothly if you do some of these movements or standing practices first. Okay. Now another one that's very basic is trembling mountain, which is a fancy way of saying bouncing, more poetic. Trembling mountain. And this is just a way to relieve stress. We want to keep the feet firmly planted. Now, the same way that we can focus our attention on parts of the body, feeling parts of the body, or moving them, we can also focus attention on the mind. And what is your mind doing while you're doing this? I mean, you're listening to these words, but the mind tends to quiet down when the body's moving. Now, if thoughts start to appear, then do this with a little more intensity. Now, we're just letting go here. Let go of the head, let go of the neck, let go of the shoulders. Sensations of the body are strong. And also, you can use your attention to monitor the thinking. Because we're letting the mind relax a little bit. It doesn't have to think all the time. Give it a break. Now, do this as long as you want to when you're practicing. We'll just go another minute here. This is very beneficial for the organs. Tends to massage them. And you may find that you, in the middle of this, your body just changes the rhythm of it. If you're going slow, it'll maybe go fast or the other way. Just let it go. Okay, let's give it as much intensity as you've got. Okay, now let's just slow it down. Take that deep breath. And just notice. Notice sensations in the body. Notice the area around the body, behind you too. Notice the mind. Notice the breath. Okay, now when you're ready, let's segue into sitting. So bring your stool or chair. Now you want to be comfortable and keep the posture. So this is exactly the same as standing from the waist up. So drop the chin just a little. Now with your hands, a Qigong mudra is this, crane's eye, thumb touching first two fingers, or you can use any mudra you want to. And just see if you can feel when the body is aligned. You drop the chin a little, and the shoulders kind of go back just a teeny bit. You sort of pull the shoulders back just a little bit, or push the chest out just a tiny bit. And if your eyes are closed, you can use your eyes to turn them around 180 degrees so they're looking inside the body, and just scan the spine. And we can bring our attention anywhere within the body. And let's now bring the attention to the belly. And just feel it breathing. It expands like a balloon. Like a balloon, it expands in all directions, actually, not just to the front. Okay, and then looking inside, then bring the eyes, look up into the middle of the chest, and then just feel the chest moving. And it's moving like two balloons, actually, two lungs, and it's expanding in all directions. So it's expand and relax. Expand and relax. Okay, now we're just going to simply move our attention beyond the body. So when we breathe in, pretend we're breathing in through the pores in the skin as well as the nose. We're breathing in from all directions, filling the torso with vitality, or with light, if you like, warmth. And we breathe out, we're breathing out through the pores of the skin in all directions. And our consciousness is moving into the area around the body. We breathe in, We breathe in the consciousness that's around the body, fill the body with light. Breathe the light out, and the consciousness goes around the body. Now this is around in all directions, as if the body is sitting in kind of a bubble, but not with a border, just kind of a luminous, place, like a sphere or something. So we can place our consciousness within the body, deep within the body, and all around the body. We can do that. And the body doesn't disappear. It's always there, it's breathing. But we're literally expanding our consciousness beyond this separate body. You may lose track of if you're breathing in or breathing out, it doesn't matter. The consciousness will be able to be within the body and on the surface of the body and around the body. Just feel it all at the same time. Now, this body is not separate. The space around the body is another way of saying connected to all things. All form is connected. All comes from the earth. And you find that you can just rest. We're not forcing our attention anywhere. You can just rest, that there's this sort of safety, there's this security, there's this consciousness around the body that's connected to everything. And there's this sitting and breathing body in the middle of it. Usually when you touch this, you want to smile a little bit. We're not just confined to this body. Now, if you want to play with this, you can extend your consciousness way out, so the body is very small. You can bring it deep into the body, feeling the energetic presence that's here, the qi, the life force energy that makes the heart beat and the blood pump and the lungs move, all these things. There's this energy in the body, this heat. And we're radiating that out in all directions. We're radiating out heat, we're radiating electromagnetic energy, we're sending our breath out. So this whole system, mind-body system, is beautiful and it's individual and it's connected to everything else. And we can definitely hold these things at the same time. Now let's just try with the next out breath, expand out. The body's there, it's kind of in the middle. And in breath, come into this warm sitting body. And then just allow both to be. Now, this spaciousness is available with every conscious breath. So when we get in trouble or we get in pain, if we just take a conscious breath, we can allow that to disperse a little bit in the midst of this spaciousness. So it's not a matter of trying to live in a way that avoids difficulty or trouble or pain, but to give space for whatever it is that we encounter. Okay, let's take a few more breaths. And when we're coming out of sitting meditation, we do it a little slowly. So let's just start moving your fingers a little, maybe your toes. Move your head a little bit. The body can tend to get stiff when it sits still, so sort of loosen it again. Okay, very good. And now let's go into our closing. So what we're going to do is we're going to clap our hands one time, all together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And rub your hands, make heat. Feel that heat. And then place the heels of your hands in your eye sockets. And without pressing on your eyes themselves, just massage your eye sockets a little bit. The eyes are just neutral. They're not moving. Okay. And then fingernails on the forehead and then comb back your scalp. Okay, and then tug on your ears. And massage your temples. Make circles. And your jaw, upper jaw. Okay, and then sort of wash your face and hair down. And then make loose fists and bend your elbows, tap your kidneys. And then massage your kidneys with the backs of your hands. And here we are. So, thank you so much for joining. It's been great to have you. And I'm now going to put it on gallery view so we can see each other. And we will go into our conversation if we want to. Okay, so
Looks
any
like we're still
questions?
recording.
Oops, thank you.